name is Mike, and in honor of today being Friday the 13th, I wanted to show you and share my Friday the 13th collection of various Friday the 13th film franchise memorabilia. So we'll start out years ago when I was a teenager. I loved these movies since I was a kid, so I got a hockey mask, just a cheap old hockey mask, and decorated it up. And then my machete that I got at court day one day, years and years and years ago, and I used to hang these together on my wall in my room when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. Alright, let's go to the DVDs. I have the From Crystal Lake to Manhattan DVD box set. There's part 1 and part 2. There's part 3, and that one's not in 3D, it's the regular 2D edition. Friday 13th, part 4, The Final Chapter. Part 5, A New Beginning. Part 6, Jason Lives. Part 7, The New Blood. Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. And the bonus disc that came in the Crystal Lake to Manhattan DVD box set. I also have Friday 13th, Part 3. That's actually in 3D. The 2 pairs of 3D glasses that came with it. Friday 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I like this one because it's besides all the English words on the box, it's got all the Spanish words too. See, the unrated and R-rated version of Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and if you notice on the inside, I taped my movie ticket from when I originally went and seen it on opening day years and years ago, obviously on August 15th. And then I also did the same thing with the reboot, the Friday 13th remake. Right there's my ticket from when I went and seen it on February 15th, 2009. I also have the His Name Was Jason 30 Years of Friday 13th documentary, 2 discs. It's hosted by Tom Savini. I also have CEDs. They're a system that was released in the early 80s. It was basically a movie on record and didn't do very well. It was big for a few years, but eventually died out. And I have Friday 13th on CED. My favorite Friday the 13th movie, which is part 2, I also have it on CED. And my favorite character, my favorite survivor from a Friday the 13th movie is Amy Steele's character of Jenny from part 2. And if you notice this picture, I have a t-shirt, and I'll show it to you here in a few minutes. I also have Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter on CED. I've always wanted a copy of Friday 13th Part 3 on CED, but they're very rare and hard to find, as CEDs are hard to find nowadays. I also have 2 bookmarks. This is from Friday the 13th, and if you notice, I got them because there's a film strip inside, and that is Adrienne King, the survivor of the original Friday, and that is the scene where Brenda, the character of Brenda, is thrown through the window. So if you notice, there's Adrienne King standing by the refrigerator, and she's wearing the yellow jacket, and after Brenda's thrown through the window, she loses that yellow jacket because it gets hooked on the refrigerator. And then I also have a Jason X bookmark with the film strip inside, and that's Kane Hodder. That's Jason after he's turned into Uber Jason, so if you've ever seen the movie. I also have some novelizations. This is the novelization to Friday 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. And there is a bonus chapter in the back of this book that has a man standing at Jason's grave. And that's supposed to be it's Jason's father, Elias Voorhees, which is in this novel, but not in the movies. In the early 90s, they came out with some young adult novels. Sort of like the whole Goosebumps franchise. Well, they decided to do that with Friday 13th, and they only released four of them. So here's Mother's Day, the first one. Jason's Curse, the second one. The third one, The Carnival. And the last one, Road Trip. Jason is not featured in these books. It's Jason's mask. It's whoever gets a hold of Jason's mask and puts it on gets possessed and goes on a killing spree. So I also have some comic books. Topps released Jason Goes to Hell, the official movie adaptation, in 3 comics, and this is the first one. It's in cover glows in the dark. And the second one, and the third one. If you notice, it says 3 Topps trading cards inside. Well, I have 6 of those trading cards. And here's the comic Jason vs. Leatherface, issue 2 of 3. The Satan Sick was a comic that came out 4 issues, and this one guest starred Jason. And these are the regular Friday 13th comics I have. Friday 13th Badland. Badland issue 2. Friday 13th The Abuser and the Abused. Friday 13th Bloodbath. The Friday 13th Fear Book. And How I Spent My Summer Vacation, issue 1 and issue 2. This is really neat because it goes into backstory about Jason, so I thought that was neat. Then I also have some magazines. The official Jason Goes to Hell, when it came out, they released a magazine. Here is a copy of Fangoria with Freddy vs. Jason on the cover. The official Freddy vs. Jason magazine that came out when that movie came out. And then these are a few Gore Zones and Fangorias I have that actually feature Jason on the cover. This is Gore Zone number 10, and that's features an interview with article with Rob Heaton on Jason Takes Manhattan. This is Fangoria, issue number 114. It says coming soon the new Friday 13th, Terror Beyond Jason. That's before Jason Goes to Hell came out. The number 200 issue of Fangoria features Jason right there. And then here's a Fangoria number 224 that has an article about Freddy vs. Jason in it. So here's, next I'll show you my t-shirts. I was telling you about the Amy Steele with the pitchfork from Friday 13th Part 2. There's that t-shirt. I've had it for a long time. It's a screen printed t-shirt I got from eBay years and years and years ago. And there's Amy Steele from Part 2. And I've worn this obviously to work because there's a few bleach spots on it. And if you notice, it says Friday the 13th. It's actually not from Friday the 13th. It's from Friday the 13th Part 2. Here's a shirt I got at Walmart. It's Sad Jason. He's sad because obviously the date is Saturday the 13th. So he's obviously a little sad. I've had this shirt a long time. I think it's probably my oldest Friday shirt. It's that's the image from Friday 13th Part 4, the final chapter. If you notice from right there. And on the back of the t-shirt it says Made in Hell. Then I have this t-shirt. This is an image from the Friday the 13th reboot they did a few years ago. Back in 2009, I think it was. And I wore that last night, so it needs to be washed. And then here's my other, this is my favorite Friday shirt that I actually still wear. There's Jason in a rowboat, and he's obviously broken an oar in half and killed somebody with it because there's the oar in the hand. So, but my favorite Friday the 13th thing I have is this right here. It's a book by Peter Brackey. It's called Crystal Lake Memories: The Complete History of Friday the 13th. And it's basically a coffee table book, and I bought it years ago, ordered it. And it basically goes through the entire Friday the 13th franchise. Oh, remember I said that the scene of Brenda being thrown through the window? There's that scene right there. That's actually not Laurie Bartram the actress coming through the window, that's Tom Savini in a wig. But there's where Mrs. Palmer gets her head chopped off in part 1. There's part 2. Part 3 in 3D. Part 4, the final chapter. Part 5, a new beginning. Part 6, Jason Lives. Part 7, The New Blood. Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. There was the original poster for Jason Takes Manhattan, but the city of New York actually owned that copyright image for I Live New York, so they told him, nope, can't use it. And then here's From Jason Goes to Hell. There's From Jason X. And there's From Freddy vs. Jason. But I really love this book, and as you notice, it's in hardback and it's kind of a little bit heavy. But I also have, on the way, I was hoping I would have got it today, but I didn't, unfortunately. There is a documentary called Crystal Lake Memories on Blu-ray. And today is the official release date, and I was hoping to get it in the mail today, but I didn't. But that's something to look forward to. It's a documentary that's 6.5 hours long about the making of the complete Friday the 13th franchise, including the TV series. But there it is. There's my Friday the 13th collection. I'm always on the lookout for other stuff, so, stuff that I don't have, stuff that catches my eye. So there you go, and I hope you're having a great Friday the 13th. So, talk to you later.